Today we've got some Mark II testing that we're going to be doing, Iron Glory, and I want to talk about the weapon. We made a new weapon for Iron Glory, and I want to start and kind of take you through the process of how things get made, especially things like weapons here at MegaBots. So first we're going to start with our creative director, Kenny. This is Kenny. He's our creative director. He is the brains of the brand many times. Kenny, why don't you tell me about what you've come up with for the Mark II today?
Oh yeah, so initially we were looking for some type of melee weapon for the Mark II, so it could be a little more competitive. At the start I was thinking more of a hammer. I thought it'd be a cool impact to see Iron Glory kind of swing and collide, but after discussing with the pilots, we settled on a more stabby, potentially pulley kind of weapon to target the hydraulic tubes.
Very cool. So what do you have up there on the screen?
Yeah, so we have the initial concept that we worked with for the hammer. This was done in a kind of fast fashion, so there wasn't too much iteration involved in it. It was coming up with a cool housing and then an interesting weapon head that functioned the way we wanted. That's the big issue, is trying to find the compromise between looking cool and being functional, and yeah. And then it evolved with Micah, one of the pilots for the Mark II's feedback, into a sort of trident spear type design with teeth on the inside to try to hook in the hydraulic hoses. And right now I'm actually just pulling up and trying to work with the ortho drawings to figure out a color scheme for when we get this thing painted very soon.
Oh, that's very cool.
Just trying to add a little bit more flavor to make it feel lived in.
Awesome. Thank you, Kenny. We appreciate it. Hannah and Zach, they're fabricators here at MegaBots, and they took Kenny's concept for what we're calling the pole weapon for Iron Glory and turned it into an actual thing. Can you tell me about, so what did you get from Kenny before you started working?
Kenny gave me a 2D sketch, and it was just a profile view of what he was looking for. So I did an orthogonal drawing of it, so I could kind of conceptually think about what it might look like in 3D, and then showed it to Kenny and asked us, like, is this what you were kind of thinking about? Does this look okay? And he said, yeah, sure. And so I took that and I put it into AutoCAD and drew it in AutoCAD so that it actually had honest to goodness dimensions, made it into a scale based on what the Mark II looked like. So I had a scale rendering of the Mark II that I put into AutoCAD, and then kind of I embiggened the drawing until it looked about right for the size of the robot, and then we built it off of that.
Awesome. And Hannah, you did most of the welding on it? All of the welding?
I think so, yeah.
That's awesome.
So I got a big pile of pieces that Tim plasma cut for me. And I had a couple drawings from Zach and just tacked it all together, welded it all up, and it was a big thing.
Very cool. Well, we're going to go take a look at it right now. The thing that Kenny made that is now on Iron Glory, that is it. I think it came out pretty well. You all could tell me what you think. Look at that from the top. We took a little cue from the BattleBots crew and stuck a cover over the front sharp piece of the weapon. You can see Rob here pulling it off now. And as you can see, this thing is no joke.
It's like legit sharp.
It is like really sharp. Like, we know that we have pilots in it that actually work for us and are our friends. Nevertheless, it is a competition. It's a pole, it's a stabby weapon. It's kind of a battering ram with a knife on the end.
Go from the top or bottom and show them
It's
like
got-
the cookiness.
It's got a, so it doesn't actually shoot anything out, but it can grab stuff and push stuff from a good distance away. We're gonna be taking the stabby weapon behind me, and we're going to be putting it into what some of you may remember from last Tuesday's Twitch, our victim car. Let's flip it around. We've got the car set up again. Now this time we've put in some you know, demonstrative hoses and wires to try to give the pilots a chance to get a feel for what it's going to be like to use the weapon to do things. The car is chained up to the tower, so everyone should be safe. We'll stay at a safe distance as we always do. Let me go show you what the operator stand is going to be up here. We'll come up and talk to them in just a few minutes. So I was just talking to the Twitch audience about the weapon and the test that we're going to do. Now, you guys had to... You remote controlled the robot.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that before, and just in the last few days, you've hooked up all kinds of controls to it. Why do you think it needs to be remote controlled?
Terrifying to be inside.
Reasons?
Come look at the back.
So what we actually did was we upgraded the control system in this robot to be exactly the same as the control system in the Mark III. So now we can use Mark III stuff, which includes remote control, on the Mark II. So yeah, now we can remote control it.
So if you look back here, it's on in here, John.
So today, just to let you know, today we are also going to be testing the remote controls on the robot. This is a brand new thing that was just installed.
So this was from the fall in Japan. So those are some broken welds. There are other broken welds in the Mark II. And we've determined that it's not safe to have a person in there if this thing falls over. So yeah, so going remote control is the only safe way to test this currently without a rebuild on this cage. We got to keep people safe.
And we also want to, we kind of want to test what it's like, the differences between a remote control robot and a piloted robot on Sunday, right?
The
Great.
remote control definitely has advantages.
Absolutely. Oh, speaking of which, this is going to be our remote control pilot. This is Micah from BattleBots fame. He is going to be at the helm of the Mark II with the assistance of our Chief Electrical Officer, Miles, who's going to be overseeing things and making sure that everything works properly.
Yes, Chief Electrical Officer. What's that?
You like that?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Get you a red suit.
CEO for short.
Now, as you can see, we have set up a very legitimate, high-quality, structurally strong test stand here. This is an elevated platform that's going to give Micah and Miles a better view of the action.
Okay.
But you can see here, we've got joysticks. We've got a laptop computer controlling the action. That's really all they need. So all of this stuff is in place. I think we're ready to roll here. Let's watch the action.
Why don't you, so swing back, yeah, right there, and so like, kind of like go in until it touches the hood, and then
Kind of pushing it back towards, you can see the blue car on the back. Oh boy! Oh!
Towing the car.
Doesn't look like he's having.
So we're going to hook the hose on the right side of the car, or at least attempt to.
It doesn't look like he's got quite enough reach now to get back to that hose. He's repositioning now. Yep, he's able to pull that car around pretty easily.
Your hoses are strong.
We can't see from this vantage point.
Hooked onto a big Parker Global core. I don't Clear it off.
That works. Yep.
You're free.
He got himself unhooked. That's great.
Hey, what do we want to do?
I want to do a full height running stab.
All right.
We'll do a full height running stab.
Oh, we are definitely gonna have to check out the damage after this is over.
All right there.
Yeah. I want to peel it open like a tin can.
All right, we're just gonna.
And stab it through the hood.
And we
Successfully stabbed it through the hood.
Alright, so, as you can see, there's a giant hole in the roof of the car. Also, we both noticed Mike is getting a whole lot better as he drives. You can see how he was able to do some real damage to that car after he got...
So that was pretty successful.
Yeah.
We haven't had any breakdowns. This connection is perfect. We haven't lost any control modules, and the remote control seems to still be working fine. Seems to have dislodged that cable, so we're going for the other one.
Got it. Nope, almost. Oh, you got it. Yep, there we go. There we go, we got it.
Hose is destroyed.
Disabled the car.
Alright, let's go up here and get a first impression from the pilots of this thing. So Micah, would you say this is the largest robot you've ever driven?
This is certainly the largest robot I've ever driven.
Okay.
And it's definitely the most dangerous thing I've ever driven.
Well, I was gonna say, how does it compare to driving like a 200-something pound BattleBot?
Actually, at the end, when I was kind of getting used to the sticks and driving it a little harder, it's about the same. It performs pretty close.
Alright, so it sounds like you're getting the hang of things and you're gonna be pretty good competition for Orion and Tim and Eagle Prime.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
so.
They're going down.
Awesome. Let's go back down and see if we can't assess the damage that Iron Glory did to that car here. We're gonna head over here.
John, you want to see this?
Oh, we got things to see.
Yeah.
Take a look at this. Look down from here.
It's a little bendy.
Oh, whoa. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that in the camera. I'm trying to get a good angle. Wow, okay, so this is straight for the weapon. And you can see what we've developed here is basically an around the corner pugil. Take a look. Let's take a look at the damage to the car. We've got, you can kind of see up, so there's obviously a giant hole in the roof. And that was right around when Micah started getting his sea leg, so to speak, with the 12-ton robot. Right above that, though, there's that big slash mark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, come on over this way.
Zach and Hannah, I need you to take a look at this and talk to me about what you're feeling right now.
Can I just cry instead? Would that be expressive enough?
Express your answer in tears.
How many tears are there?
I'm so sorry. I'm not that sorry.
So unbeknownst
I think
to,
you're gonna have to wang it in the other direction this time.
that would definitely fix the problem. Wow. Well, you know what? That's testing. Thank you so much for watching with us, and we'll be seeing you on Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern, and we'll see what a giant fighting robot live looks like. Thanks.